What's poppin', people? It's your girl, Levi. Yeah, we're finally doing this. Those of you who have followed me for a while know that I started transitioning in January 2024. It's been almost 2 years now since then, and I'm not gonna lie, the old model is starting to feel a little bit more and more dysphoric the less I look like it. At one point, it was a pretty big replica of me. But now, let's just say this current model looks a lot more like me. So to those this is a shock for, hi, I'm Levi, or Lay. Feel free to call me either. I identify as transfemme. If you're unsure what that means, here it is on screen now. I still sound the way I do because I haven't done any voice training yet, and I'm not sure if it's something that I want to do per se, but maybe in the future. The model I'm going with is a custom model made by Suika. I'm still doing some texture edits, but I was determined to have an October debut during spooky season. So if you see it change a little bit over the videos, just know I'm still adding parts occasionally. Here's what the whole body looks like. I hope to still have your continued support regardless of what I look like. Just know I'm happier now. It's not going to make a difference to my content besides maybe the change in color palette, and well, I have a bedroom now. Thanks so much for listening to my little rant, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Get ready to celebrate because Eternal Returns Season 9 is here, and it's bringing a Matsuri to Lumia Island. What's poppin', everyone? It's Lay, and this season's theme is all about festival. And you'll see that spirit woven into every single change coming. Grab your festival gear, because we're diving into everything you need to know to dominate Season 9. First up, let's talk about the Matsuri rituals, the fundamental rules of the festival, or in our case, the core mechanics of Eternal Returns Season 9. These aren't just minor tweaks. These are major shifts that change how you play the game, and they are designed to make Lumia Island a whole lot less stressful and a whole lot more fun. First up, we need to talk about the most adorable and lucrative new ritual, Bori. This little guy is basically the mascot of Season 9. 3 to 5 Bori spawn randomly within safe zones between Nights 2 and Night 4. Bori leaves tracks along its path while it roams, dropping credits at regular intervals and leading you right to it. The little ferret does not fight back, it just runs away with its box, like a toddler who snatched a cookie, dropping more credits as it flees. Depending on the box rarity it's carrying, you could score Aglia's gift, rare, epic, or legendary. Good luck, and may the fluffy gods bless your loot. Season 9 is basically telling you to throw your energy drinks and water bottles out the window. SP is being removed from the game. Your character will no longer consume SP to cast abilities. No more wasting inventory slots on drinks, just to keep casting. We all know the pain of getting ABC'd. You're trading blows, both teams are low, and then suddenly a third team pops out of the bush ready to clean up. Well, now if a new team enters your vision during a fight, you'll be audibly notified. This doesn't do anything to stop you from getting third-partied, mind you, but at least you might react a bit quicker to the audible notification. Previously, if you tried to use Blink during a skill cast, it would often cancel the ability or you'd be locked out of using it. A truly frustrating experience this once was. But the good news is, Blink has been reworked to allow you to use it during non-mobility spells. This is being applied first to specific spells where moving is permitted during the spell, but I imagine we will see more and more in time. This season brings a clear division to Eternal Returns' two main modes, Normals and Ranked. Normal mode is where the fun lives, and will now emphasize playing longer games. This allows players to enjoy the full build-up and early game experience without the intense pressure of Ranked. You can't be eliminated until Night 2 now. Ranked mode is for the competitive spirits. It will focus the fun on gaining RP and emphasizing high-stakes competitive play. You can still be eliminated on day 2. Also, for the dedicated ER lurkers out there, 1, thank you for watching my videos still, even if you don't play the game anymore. But primarily, the Ranked Cadet skin will now require a minimum number of games played. No more just hitting gold and quitting. You've got to show up for the festival this season. Next, we have a new game mode. This season we'll be getting a Union Cobalt. This is a new special game mode for Season 9 running alongside regular Union. Grab some friends and dive into a higher reward version of Cobalt Protocol. Don't worry, Union Cobalt won't be replacing the single player experience though. Lone Wolf will still exist as a rotating game mode, with the potential for weird rule sets like melee only or ranged only. Keep an eye out for those unique events during the season. And finally, a necessary ritual to maintain order at the festival. Phone verification is now coming to the Asia servers first. Sorry Smurfs, the bouncer has arrived. This is a simple measure designed to help prevent smurfing and keep the competitive integrity of the game healthy. Hopefully this makes the climb a little fairer for everyone. Now that we've got the new rituals down, let's look at the festival grounds themselves. The map of Lumia Island is getting some major renovations this season, and we're calling this the Sacred Grounds update. These aren't just aesthetics, these are changes that are going to completely shift your farming routes, engaging zones, and strategic thinking. First off, say goodbye to being bottlenecked in key zones. The developers are opening things up with the map areas in Factory, Chapel, and Police Station. These openings will directly impact rotations and ganking routes, forcing you to reconsider those old predictable paths. Better vision and more escape routes will be permanent. Pawn just got a massive power spike with the Tree of Life spawn. This will change the dynamic of mid-game fights, as this will be a day 3 Tree of Life. Originally this was in Cemetery, and this will give some much needed distance between the Forest Tree of Life. The Research Center is also getting an upgrade with a new kiosk. This not only gives another reason to enter the Research Center, but also gives you another spot to spend your credits and get that vital respawn point. The overall atmosphere of the island is also evolving. They've added owl sounds to the night ambiance. It's a small change, but it adds a lovely, slightly spooky feel. Finally, we have some crucial reworks to the flora of Lumia Island. The plants are getting adjusted to better serve their purposes. The healing plants will now spawn specifically around the revive kiosks. This is a brilliant tactical change. If you're going for a risky revive, the reward for pulling it off is instantly available healing to keep your fight going. The sand mushrooms have been adjusted to keep out of vision of CCTVs, and the explosion plant is now easier to farm animals. Alright, let's talk about the mood of the island. Every Matsuri has its atmosphere, and in Season 9, Kami are blessing Lumia with some major environmental shifts. The most significant blessing is how the weather has officially started impacting food and bushes. We're seeing bushes removed or relocated in areas like the warehouse, uptown, and the gas station. This instantly changes your approach to these high traffic combat zones, forcing more open engagements. Some bushes will now only appear under specific weather conditions. Finally, a true warm blessing from Kami. Food items are now growing near campfires. Less running, more cooking, and eventually more fighting, which is exactly what the Matsuri is all about. The Matsuri Festival demands respect for these spirits of the island, and the spirit animals are shifting their territories in Season 9. This section covers the key changes to hunting that will force you to diversify your routes and rethink your early game strategy. Get ready to update your hunting paths because several key animals are migrating to new high traffic zones. There's a long list of animal changes, so I implore you to check out the patch notes for all the changes. Some notable highlights are a bear is being added to Cemetery and Uptown, wolves are being added to Alley, and the chickens near the school Hyperloop are being clumped together better to be taken easier. A great change for newer players, or those of us just coming back to the game. Wild animals will now appear in the catalog menu. This helps new players understand exactly where the different animals spawn and what to prioritize for their route. No more aimlessly wandering around, hoping to stumble upon a boar. This is a simple but massive help in setting up efficient routes. The Matsuri wouldn't be complete without new guests to join the celebration. It's time to welcome the parade newcomers. 2 fantastic new characters joining the Lumia Island roster, each ready to shake up the meta. First in the procession, we have Blair, who is presumably a dual swords character. Blair is definitely about bringing the style to Lumia Island. In the past, dual sword characters have been about fast-flowing combos, quick mobility, and high attack speed. If that sounds like you, Blair is likely going to be your new main. Devs have also mentioned that NA has taken a specific bias towards this character, and for good reason too. And also, we have Mirka, presumably our newest hammer-wielding character. Hammer characters tend to have crowd control, durable stats, and can deal a decent burst of damage. If you peep the end of Mirka's hammer, it looks like she has some sort of blast she can exude from. Here's hoping this is more than just some projectile in her kit, and she actually has a way of blasting herself into the enemy team as an initiator. The parade newcomers have arrived, but what's Matsuri without stunning outfits? It's time to check on the festival attire. The incredible new skins that will let you celebrate Season 9 in style. We've got a mix of new pass skins, visual updates, and overall absolutely gorgeous cosmetics. We have Yuki, Leanne, and Kenneth all getting unique Matsuri themed outfits in the Matsuri Season Pass. Expect vibrant colors, traditional festival wear, and maybe even a mask for Leanne's possessed form. These are a fantastic way to kick off the season and show your festival spirit. Garnet is getting the Matsuri Pack Special skin. The red string of fate connects her to her brother Kenneth in this duo skin. Move over, Andy and Lele. Instead, we have the coffin of Kenneth and Garnet. And for the rank grinders this season, you'll be rewarded with Cadet Nadine. Remind you, you'll need the minimum amount of games when this is decided on to achieve this skin. The classic test taker Hejin skin is getting a visual update to go alongside her mini rework. Hopefully this update doesn't break the game like the skin did in the past. More on the rework later. The newest addition to our Spirit Hunters is Hisui. It looks like she's going to be the face of the Spirit Hunters as well, being at the front of the splash. This will likely be the token skin for this season as well. And finally, let's keep the parade going with the rest of the skins this season. Kadia is getting a bakery skin. Yana is getting the previously announced formal skin. Shukai is getting a very cute Santa skin. Reminder that this season will last through Christmas time. Adriana is getting a gorgeous skin as well. And Henry is joining the Battle Priest line. The Matsuri parade is winding down, but not before we get a close look at the stars themselves. We're interviewing the members of the parade to see how they've changed for Season 9. When a character gets a rework, it means their kit, abilities, and playstyle are fundamentally changing. This is designed to make a character feel fresh, more competitive, and hopefully more fun. Hejin, how do you feel that you're going from being a burst assassin to becoming a burst assassin?
That's the same thing.
You're right, but it looks like your Q will now pierce through targets, and you're getting the E-splash damage back. That's exciting.
It's still not going to be enough to bring back my pilots.
In the past, you've had some prestigious pilots such as Averse, Debo, and Ghost. Do you think it's enough to bring them back?
What the fuck? No. No, I don't.
And what about Levi? I hear he was pretty good when you were a crit character.
You mean with that sub 20% win rate? Yeah, likely story. How about you stop worrying about the past and start worrying about your bum-ass 0% win rate in Season 8?
I took a season off. I only played like 10 games.
And in those 10 games, you managed to sandbag your team so hard, the game uninstalled itself from your computer out of shame.
Okay, that's the only interview we have today. I'm going to take a short walk through dock and hopefully off the pier. While Hedgen is going under the knife, several other popular parade members are getting more subtle adjustments. We're seeing minor tweaks to Barbara, Vanya, Aiden, Johan, Kenneth, Fiora, Piolo, Subame, and Priya. Be sure to check out the patch notes to see each adjustment. Alright, we've danced, we've hunted, and we've geared up. But before we wrap up our Matsuri breakdown, we need to run down the list of a few miscellaneous changes. First, the factory is getting a brand new campfire. This is fantastic for adding a new crafting route and making the factory a much more self-sufficient zone. Next, say goodbye to the gloomy food items. Bread and tears are being removed. And new and much more festive, candy apples will be the staple food. Nothing like a sweet treat to enjoy during Matsuri. I'm hoping this will be a change that matches each seasonal theme going forward. Drone call-ins are now 33% cheaper, and the explosive gadget is being replaced with the Tailwind gadget. Gadgets are also getting a new dedicated UI, making them cleaner and easier to manage. We're saying goodbye to some items. Moonstone, Samadhi of Fire, and Glacial Ice are being removed from the game. Let me know down in the comments if Eternal Return is becoming too simplistic for your taste, and wish it had some of its complex nature back. I'm curious to how you all think. Finally, the Cube Watch and Blazing Dress are getting some changes, as well as some new blood items. Once again, be sure to check the patch notes for all the info. And that, Lumia Islanders, is the full breakdown of Season 9's Matsuri Festival. This season is massive, bringing reworks, new characters, and fundamental mechanical changes that promise the most balanced and exciting Eternal Return experience yet. What change are you most excited to try on day one? If you want to see more of the smaller changes coming to Season 9, click or tap the screen now and you'll be taken to my dev stream reaction with fellow ER content creator, Krebens.